right. What is going on, everybody? How we all doing? I might be late. I actually don't know right now. Because I got up to get a drink. Hold on. Hold on. Am I late? I might be late. Hold on. We'll do the test. We'll see. 16 points? No, it was 1 point at best. Hold on. All right. All right. Okay. So, let's do the system. My contacts are still settling into. Here we go. So as you guys remember, the system is basically, why is it like this? All right. All right. Okay. All right, so I've been live for 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So we're gonna wait and see if I hit 3 minutes before it switches to 19, then I'm fine. But I think I might have missed it this time. So I might as well prepare the whimsical. All right. I think I'm only 1 point away or something. I might be 2 points away. Okay. I've only 1 point away. All right, let's see. People, this is why I try not to stream on Tuesdays. Watch out for spoilers, everybody. It's 2:50. Still eight. Shit. I missed it by, I think, a few seconds. Damn it. All right. I missed it by a few seconds. Fair enough. Okay. All right. It's really clutch time from here on. We can never be late again. We're at 1:49. Does anybody want to cash in? Do people want to cash in? I was on such a good streak for so long. Here, let me give you guys a poll. Also, I know I got some supers and memberships to catch. Give me a second here. Also, let's get the stream lights up to 50 real quick. Yeah, we're at 149. All right. Do you want to cash in points? I feel like it'll be a resounding no, but we'll see. All right. Jim Utaro, thanks for becoming a Yonko tier member. I appreciate it. Watch podcasts every Tuesday. Podcast just dropped today, and you get access to all of their podcasts and obviously some emotes, so make sure you start using those. I appreciate the support. And then we got Behenort and Supasick, one joining Pirate King tier. Behenort, old regular, thank you for joining again. I appreciate the support. Long time support, of course. Thank you for rejoining Pirate King tier. And Supasick 1, I appreciate it since you probably don't know the drill. Basically, right now is the best time to join Pirate King tier because right now is when Pirate King podcast submissions are happening. So if you have something you want me to answer about One Piece, other TV, movies, video games, yada, real life, NBA, etc., right? Anything that you want me to talk about, within reason, I suppose, just go submit it on the Pirate King podcast submissions that are up right now, and then I'll be answering every single question on the Pirate King podcast in depth fairly soon, within the next week, and that'll be all put out and compiled. Everybody's all the responses to everybody in a big ass podcast. It's about an hour, usually about an hour and a half long, next week. So go check that out. But I appreciate the support. Thank you for joining. Condogster, thanks to the 2. What are the odds we see Dragon in this flashback? Okay, so shit. This is why I don't stream before we get the spoilers. Or I don't stream after we get the spoilers. Sorry. What are the odds we see Dragon in this flashback? I'll say 50-50. Also, people go ahead and ban spoilers. Angel Rise says, who wins, Vinsmoke, Romeo, or Ryuma? Vinsmoke Romeo, of course. For those of you who are not in on it, it's recently, you got to be pretty into the One Piece fandom, I guess, to be seeing this stuff, but, oh shit, I forgot about this shit. Get into that in a second. Vinsmoke Romeo was I guess a joke. Not a joke. I think it's sincerely proposed by a Sanji fan on Twitter. Talking about all the parallels from past generations, and it's like, oh, Zoro and Sanji today are like the parallel to Samurai Ryuma and Vinsmoke Romeo of the past, which is funny because like originally, I think it's based on the fact that Oda, or in his original concept or something, he had the concept of the character Ryuma, and then he also came up with like Sanji's prototype figure, which was originally called Romeo, and then Oda changed the name to Sanji. Fun fact, I think Sanji was initially supposed to be called Naruto, but then the manga Naruto came out, and then that got axed. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that that's correct. But before Naruto, Sanji was going to be called Romeo. Anyway, so now people are talking. A Sanji fan, I believe, sincerely proposed, like, was Vinsmoke Romeo one of, like, the legends of the past or something. It's like, dude, Vinsmoke Judge is not exactly, like, I don't think he comes from a particularly strong line. The Romeo thing is funny. Anyway. But Vinsmoke Romeo would be stronger than Ryuma, of course. It's Vinsmoke Romeo, guys. Get your shit together. Of course he's not gonna lose to he's not gonna lose into any character in One Piece. The tiers the way I view it now is basically like Yonko tier, Pirate King level, then Joy Boy Emu level, Vinsmoke Romeo level. That's just the general, that's our new scale. Behenort, thanks a lot. I was practically on a 3-year break from my political science major, then I started media studies, and I'm going to finish the former's bachelor thesis and continue the latter. Wish me luck. That's really interesting. That's a really interesting route. What are you interested in long term? Because you're covering a lot of bases there. Let's get Streamlets up to 50 real quick. Gobbledy says, who killed Chopper? Great question. Thank you for bringing that up. May I direct you all to... Hold on. The news site, I swear there was some countdown thing. Okay, it doesn't matter. Yeah. You all can get this amazing Chopper shirt for yourselves, if you so choose, at One Dream Studio. I really like the new site, by the way. Obviously, I'm biased, but I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, this is only available for the next week. Same drill as the Gears shirt. It's only available for a week. You can get it in a couple colors. Yeah, I guess this is the... If you go to a One Piece convention and wear this, I wonder... Or a general anime convention and wear this, I feel like you would get a lot of looks. I considered wearing this at Anime NYC. But I ended up not going with that. But I would recommend... I'm very curious as to what would happen if you just showed up to an anime convention wearing this. I think I'll wear it to the next one that I go to. My girlfriend, who's a big Chopper fan and is not far enough in One Piece to understand that Chopper eventually becomes a little bit too cutesy or a bit too much of a mascot figure, was very confused by this shirt. It's just like, I can't really go into why people might feel this way. Grizzly Adams, thanks for the 5. Loki, that original Vinsmoke king who conquered all of North Blue 300 years ago, might have been powerful. Is that what happened? Oh, okay. I didn't realize that's. Shit, I gotta brush up on Vinsmoke history again. Because I thought that I thought that it was Judge who conquered North Blue and then moved on. I didn't realize it was some other Vinsmoke who did it in the past. I gotta look that up again. A little backstory on that. Maybe Romeo was really fucking strong. Also, let's get the stream likes up to 50 real quick. Zolden, thanks for being a Pirate King tier member for 24 months. Do I still have time to submit a question for the Pirate King podcast? Also, did you like Fantastic Four? I thought it was okay. Yes, you still have time to submit. Anybody who wants to join Pirate King tier can still submit. You still got time to submit. Just get your submissions in. We'll be closing somewhat soon. Did I like Fantastic Four? I thought it was okay. Wait, oh, fuck. My mind was going to the old school Fantastic Four, which I actually did somewhat enjoy. I've not seen the new Fantastic Four. I don't know what that's about. I feel like it didn't make a big splash when it came out. I think part of that is maybe just what you end up seeing online, right? So, but I didn't hear, like, nobody in real life ever brought it up to me. And then online, I just didn't see that much talk about it outside of it being compared to, like, Superman. But nobody really hyped it up a bunch. And then Superman got talked about a lot online. And then in person, like, I've obviously met people who've seen Superman, and we talked about that. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I guess, I don't know if I'll watch Fantastic Four probably at some point, you know? Actually, when we were with my family earlier, so for context, I was in Maryland visiting my hometown this whole past week, which is why stream schedule was off, all of that, right? So when I was with my family, then there was a point where it was like, okay, what movie could we really all watch together? And we floated Fantastic Four, but it wasn't out on streaming just yet, so then we let it go. Keenan, thanks a lot. Good to see you, man. Sanji's overqualified to be a right hand, but gets overshadowed by Zoro, who's even more overqualified. Not too many captains they'd serve under. I definitely agree with that sentiment. Definitely agree with that, because in the grand scheme of things, right? Like, Prime Gabon, obviously way strong. Like, Gabon right now, arguably stronger than most first mates. Most Yonko first mates. We don't know how he stacks up necessarily to each and every one. But, like, Prime Gabon seems really, really strong, right? Current Gabon seems really, really strong. And then Prime Gabon is just clearly would be, Admiral, Yonko level, whatever, right? Same with Relay. So, essentially that's the difference between, like, the Pirate King system, the 2-wing system versus the 3 commanders. It's quality over quantity. That's also why I got really annoyed with people trying to talk up, like, Jinbei as being part of the commander system. It's like, the way the Yonko do things has nothing to do with Luffy's shit, right? Like, they've only got one parallel, which is the Roger Pirates, and that was a different sort of design, right? It's like, adding Jinbei into the mix is like trying to dilute how great Zoro and Sanji are by, like, saying, well, Luffy needs 3 commanders. He doesn't need 3 commanders. Because he's got quality over quantity, you know? I think in this moment, Zoro is above, I would say, all the other first mates except maybe Ben Beckman, just because Ben Beckman's an enigma. Sanji right now, I think, is like, there's an argument for him versus, like, it would be a debate each way for each thing, because I think we need a bit more to confirm how, not saying because it's out of the realm of possibility, okay, I'm not saying it's not the case. I think we need a bit more to confirm Sanji. Like, the reason that we know Zoro's above other first mates is because, or most other first mates, is because we just saw how Zoro did against King, and how Zoro did against Kaido, so it's like, okay, that's obviously gonna trump pretty much all the rest of them, except maybe Ben Beckman, because he's a question mark, right? Sanji fucked up Queen really bad, like, completely demolished him as soon as he got Ifrit Jambe, right? So then it's like, okay, does Ifrit Jambe... I don't want to get too much into the nitty-gritty of it, but I'm just saying, like, With Sanji, I think I want to see him versus a stronger character now to get the sense of like how does he stack versus like other Yonko first mates. But long term, yeah, Sanji's way overqualified to be a first mate. Let's get the stream likes up to 50 real quick. Behanor, thanks a lot. If the video game penalty gets chosen eventually, do you have a list of games you'd be interested in, or would it be a race, a Rex, or a stream tournament? Oh shit, I don't even know what the video game penalty even says at this point. Yeah, we're gonna get into today's stream topic in a second. I think it's a fun one. I think it's a very fun one. Let's look at the video games penalty. Let's take a look at this. Here we go. So video games penalty. Oh, I was going to talk about this real quick too. I'm not going to read Sakamoto Days. I'm taking that off the list. Kingdom Vagabond. I'm moving Kagurabachi up the list because I want something light. I started watching Gachi Akuda. I'm partway through the first episode. But I'm like, I think obviously I haven't even gotten close to the concept just yet, but I'd say I way too early to judge, but I'm getting similar Kaiju number 8 vibes where it's like everything just felt extremely generic in Kaiju number 8 all like the entire time. Like characters, motivation, like everything, like dialogue, it all just felt very, very, very by the numbers. So I just got like 10 episodes through Kaiju number 8 and I got through some really crazy action scenes too. I thought they were cool, but by the end of it I was just like, I just don't, not feeling it. So Gachi Akuda, maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm too fucking old. I don't know. Like, that's probably not it. Because what a recency. Because I loved Solo Leveling. So that's not it. I guess Gachi Akuda, there's just nothing particularly interesting about it. Just like I think I just don't like. I don't know. I'm not far. What am I even talking about? Like or don't like? I haven't even gotten far through the first episode, but I found myself turning it off because I got bored. So let me keep pushing through Gachi Akuda. I might have a different opinion soon. You know why I liked Solo Leveling? I think I liked Solo Leveling because it like skips all of the stuff in, like, it doesn't even try. Like, it doesn't even try to do a lot of the shonen stuff. It just gets into the action and then just keeps it going. And all the motivations and character stuff, it weaves it into that without really trying to waste my time too much. But before Solo Leveling, what's like the last series I really enjoyed? Like Fire Punch was the last series I really, really enjoyed. And that's like the total different end of the spectrum. And I was loving when Hunter x Hunter was coming out weekly. I'm caught up on Chainsaw Man now, by the way. Just caught up. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. I tried reading Sakamoto Days. I thought it was fine. Anyway, so the video game thing. Play a game on stream. Viewer's choice if it's a cheap game unless people want to crowdsource to force me to play a video game. So your question specifically, Behanort, was... I do have a list of video games I'd be interested in. I've got a solid list of games. But if people are really pushing me for something else, then I can add that to the list. So it might be something like do a poll or something out of games that I like, and then we pick from there. But really it should be what you guys, it's viewers' choice, right? So it should be what you guys want. So I suppose in that sense, yeah, maybe I can share the games that I've been thinking about playing, and if people are all like, pick that one, then I'll go with that. It would probably be like fucking Elden Ring or something. But if I share my list and people are like, no, play this instead, then maybe we go with that. Viewers' choice. That's okay. We'll do it by popularity poll at the end of the day. But I'll at least share the things that I've been thinking about playing for some time. All right. Continuing on. They're most likely going to ask for Hollow Knights as Jolly D. Joestar. I played some of Hollow Knight. I can see the appeal. It was just at a time where I didn't want to play a very involved game. Let's get the stream likes up to 50 real quick. Colin Parker, thanks for the 10. They said Shank's mom was wise. A symbol of wisdom is 3 eyes. Shanks and Shamrock will unlock the ability to read poneglyphs this arc. That's how Shanks and the world government will be in the running for the One Piece. That's a really interesting theory, but the problem is that the Three Eyes, it's visible, right? Like Shanks and Shamrock, they don't have hairstyles that would hide it, you know. So we would know if they're a member of the Three-Eyed Tribe. Elijah Petty, thanks for the 5. Oda has hinted that Roger may be more complicated. For Squard, he was a villain who mercilessly destroyed his crew. Rock's flashback may confirm this. That would introduce like a moral complication that Oda usually doesn't really like to. No, I mean he sometimes does it, but like it's really not Oda's style. Because like Rayleigh's a really good guy from everything we've seen. Gaban's a really good guy. Crocus, you know, like all the like fucking Shanks who Roger raised like a son. Odin, you know. Oda usually, he does like to do the thing very often of like, oh, this character was supposedly good, but then they turned out to be evil. And of course, this character was supposedly evil, but then turned out to be good. He likes doing that sort of reveal. It's rare in One Piece that Oda introduces a character that's supposed to be like very, very complicated in terms of how we're supposed to view him. I don't think Roger's done anything so far that's like evil that we can see in the flashback. He really just seems like a bold adventurer type figure so far. But let's wait and see. I think it's possible, of course. The Neon Frequency, thanks for the 10. Hey Morge, random thought. Do you think Zunisha is affected by Joy Boy's fruit? It would explain the super long legs, and if he knew the world would flood, was this planned? The effects should be undone by seawater, so I don't know if that's the case. Also, I don't view the long legs as like a goofy, cartoonish thing, you know? So, and that's more Joy Boy's route. But I think that's possible. That's an interesting idea. Oh my god. Hold on. How's stream quality for everybody? Is it okay? Fuck. Alright, hold on.